Welcome to the channel, Retired Gone E-Biking, for my second attempt at creating a video. So here's hoping I've learned something from the last one. After a very wet drive to Dunkeld, we decided to stay indoors. Never really like starting a ride in the rain, but then it should be expected in November, I guess. Our first ride here starts from Dunkeld House on the banks of the very full River Tay, and we'll be doing the Hermitage loop. It's about 17 kilometers with not too much climbing. The surface will be mixed, but the conditions probably quite damp and muddy after yesterday's very heavy rain. The route that I've mapped on RidewithGPS, and I'll put that into the links, it'll take us along the Tay to Dunkeld, then over to the south bank and up to Ossian's Hall, or Ossian's Hall of Mirrors I think it's called, then over the Rumbling Bridge and up towards Burnham Hill, down the Inch-Ewan Burn and back to Dunkeld. We start out with cracking blue skies, and what a difference a day makes. Not very warm, but typical for the time of year, so warm gloves on. First of all, cycle down to the River Tay, which is in full spate, as you can see, and through Dunkeld and onto the south bank to start up the banks of the River Bran. I think it's Bran, I'm not too sure how to pronounce that, no doubt you will tell me, and into the Hermitage Pleasure Ground, which I believe is the official name. It was created by the Duke of Atholl in the 18th century. When we get to the Georgian Folly, Ossian's Hall of Mirrors, there are magnificent views of the raging Black Linn Falls, and after the rain you can see that they're pretty mighty. Going down to the bridge was a bit tricky, so best on foot rather than on the bike. And this will get us even closer to the falls. Once we've had a look at the falls, we go onwards from the falls up a rather rooty path to the Hermit's Cave, which turned out that the door was on the other side. I only noticed that when we saw the footage of the ride. The trail continued up the Craigvinian forest on a single track, which was quite a wet track, and onwards to the Rumbling Bridge Road. Once we got to the bridge, it gives great views of the Bran Falls, which are also in full flood and very loud, and it allows us a little bit of a breather as we're now cycling on some road. Next part of the journey will take us upwards towards the Burnham Hill, where the views start to open out all around us, and the paths and tracks have been pretty manageable so far, but became slightly wetter as we started our descent along Inch Ewan Burn. There were also a few obstacles thrown in our way in the form of sort of trees that had fallen down, and finally a locked gate with a very inappropriate small kissing gate. In the end we decided we had to lift with some effort our 30 kg e-bikes over the gate before heading down to Dunkeld via Burnham. As you can see, the sun was out, making Dunkeld very pretty, and we stopped for a few pics, and most importantly we managed to get a lovely cup of coffee and a clootie dumpling in the aptly named Clootie Dumpling. Well worth a visit, and we'll be back. After sustenance we headed back along the Tay to the Dunkeld House Hotel, which completed the loop and allowed us to get ready for our afternoon's adventure up to Loch Ordie. Thank you for watching, and please give me a thumbs up or even advice on what I can include to make the videos more interesting. Even better, you can subscribe and catch our next adventure. Bye for now.